Hi, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a Stocks to Watch video. Today is September 7th, 2020. Before we get started, this video is for educational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. And I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. Also, if you enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am also on Twitter at AlphaCharts365, so you can find me there, and I post charts quite frequently. All right, so we're going to look at the Qs first, and first thing I do is I want to make sure that we are in an uptrend. And even though we had a lot of volatility this past week, the 65-day EMA is still going up. We are still in this channel. So for now, I can still say we are in an uptrend in the market. Being an uptrend, I want to look for what stocks or securities are outperforming. So I have, let's see what we got here, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. I have 16 that have some potential. So let's start with the first one. First one is a new name. It's called BIGC. And it does have earnings coming up, its first earnings. So that's why I have it a little bit lower on my list. I won't touch it with earnings on the 9th. But I like how it is showing that people want to be involved in this name early on. And we are just slightly above the volume weighted average price from the IPO. So Big C, Big Commerce Holdings, is the first one. If we get by earnings, and this can make some kind of U-shaped move or bottom or something like that, or go to new highs, I think this is a possibility. Next one is Zillow Group. Zillow Group had a big breakout right here back at the end of July. It ran straight up. It probably needs to rest a little bit, so wouldn't mind see this coming in and maybe tagging the 50 or 65-day EMA, and then going back up. I think that that'd be a better place to manage risk. But I love the way that it did break out, and the way that it's the volume profile is showing that people want to be involved in this name. Let's go and look at Delta Airlines. So Delta Airlines, let's go to a weekly chart here. So back in 2007, this was an important area. And with the COVID, we came back, tested that area. It's successfully held, bounced up, and now we are moving sideways. Going back to a daily time frame, you see how the moving averages are now starting to align, and it looks like it wants to curl up. Volume has been pretty good. Last couple of days, maybe a little bit weak. So again, I have it maybe a little bit, I graded it a little bit lower on my list, but I do like the way this name is shaping up. And as you can see, this is not my normal list of stocks of, powerhouse growth names, because they did take such a hit. I am, my process has led me to other names. This one is Boyd Gaming. All right, so Boyd Gaming, again, has now gone above the June highs and is just moving kind of sideways. Good volume coming in. We have some time until earnings, and this one looks like it wants higher. Wouldn't be surprised if we can get to someplace around $38 or so. All right, so this is Southwest Airlines. Again, there's two airlines I really liked. The first one was Delta, and this one is Southwest. We're now right back up to about the June highs, and again, it's starting to align up. I like how it went up, came back. The pullback was shallower than the original pullback, and now we're curling up. So Southwest Airlines looks pretty good, and I think we can go higher in this one. Again, and this would be, if you think about it, it's more of a, this chart has been reset, I guess is my point. There's potential for some supply to come in up here. But for the most part, this type of selling and capitulatory selling, for me, the chart's kind of been reset. Moving on is going to be PLMR Holdings. Really a beast of a chart. It is a little bit extended for where I'd be buying, but I think a nice pullback to create a base here. I think PLMR can keep going higher. BRP Group. Now this one is a kind of a newer name and some good volume coming in here. Looks like accumulation happening. Maybe a little extended. I don't like how this is so straight up and down like this. So I think it probably needs to pull in a little bit. And then I think that this one, as long as it holds, $18, $18.50, that'd be quite a bit of pull in. My guess would be it won't make it to the 65-day EMA if it does pull in, but that would be, somewhere around there. So BRP should be on a watch list, I think. LOB broke out of this long base. We hit resistance multiple times along it. It tried out here, pulled back, broke out. Wouldn't mind to see a little test. Look how volume has been kind of fading off. So yeah, a little test right here. Let the moving averages catch up to it. It's a pretty good run. And that would be a pretty good risk reward scenario right here. Yeah, it moved 81%. So yeah, pull back, retest $20, then it could move higher. So Tesla had a stock split, and it's just a really beast of a stock. Just keeps making these, ups, sideways, up. Now here's a little pullback. As long as the 65-day EMA holds, I think it is still a very strong stock, and chances are, if it was to pull back, this 340-ish level probably hold pretty good. So that's Tesla. BABA broke out, came back, retested, buyers showed up. So that is definitely something that I'm looking for. These nice big bars right here that show, tails on the bottom right here. That shows that buyers showed up, which is really important. So I think that BABA has the potential to go higher here. All right, now going on to VLRS. This is a Mexican airline, and this was resistance, 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 became support along here, came back showing some resistance, definitely some volume. It looks like accumulation volume coming in. If it can get up above $9 or so, I think VLRS has potential to run. All right. Next up is Las Vegas Sands, right? Another casino name. Again, support, 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 became resistance, which became support, and so on and so forth. Now we're back here. Really do like the way this looks. If we can get above 52.50-ish, I think that this has potential to go much, much higher, and is definitely not extended yet. So this one is very actionable. Pinterest. So Pinterest, from the IPO, this was a very important area 35-ish, right? Gapped up, moved sideways. But if you look at it's holding its gap beautifully, right? So even though we've been volatile here within this, it's just holding its gap. This is something to take notice of also. Notice how this volume on the bottom right here on the pullback has been lighter than previous volume. That's a big deal, right? So right now we're just chewing through supply. No, the sellers are looks like few so far, and I think that Pinterest, as long as we can stay, especially above this area right here, 32-ish, 32.25, I think Pinterest has a lot of potential. Something to watch here, but great gap up and hold so far. Next up is going to be ROKU. ROKU had resistance, resistance, resistance. Try to get through this, hit resistance, pulled back, and pulled back on lighter volume. Again, I think ROKU right here could potentially be a very nice potential long, especially if it gets back above 167, 170-ish, somewhere around there. So this ROKU area right here, it's a big spot. Again, lighter volume on the pullback, nice accumulation happening here. Definitely something to keep your eyes on. Ally Financial, had the big dip from Corona, hit this area, which was resistance, kind of resistance here. Now is breaking out, great volume showing. So Ally Financial is a big, looks like it's got, again, this is very actionable right here, right? We just broke out on volume. So that's a really nice looking one. And my favorite and the last one is going to be Workhorse. Workhorse with a huge move up. Now we have moved sideways. I would consider this a high tight flag. They're very hard to find. Look at this accumulation volume in here. As long as this holds up well and gets above, this 2150-ish area, I think that there could be another very big leg higher in this one. And this is Workhorse Group. So this is my 16 that I have. Again, all of them I have earnings per share growth and accumulation profiles, and they're all grayed out. I started with the ones that I like but like the least, and ended up with my favorite one, which was Workhorse. Hope you all found some value in this and update your your watch lists. And I hope you all have a good week. Take care.